we did hear a little bit from Jordan before. Top 8 CanCon placer with I think he's mixed it up a little bit since then, but it was essentially 5-color Omnath instead of 4-color Omnath. You just like want to play Evolved, want to play Reanimate, you know, and it worked for him. He made it all the way to top 8.
Yeah, I lost to him in the Swiss in round 4 at EXO. So presumably we're playing Time Walk, Spellseeker, Natural Order as our points, and Natural Order trying to get Atraxa. Elegant Parlor from Alan, new Surveyor Land, getting value.
Yeah. Binning the Mental Misstep, it's like, Cantrip binning Mental Misstep is like, what deck are we playing again?
Yes, still be on commentary, Kat.
Yeah, we'll have Kate around, possibly even into round 3 if she's interested, and then we might be switching over after that. So we'll share the love, as they say. But obviously the fans in the chat loving Kate's observations and commentary. They're right to. They're right to.
Boros Initiative looking to power out expensive creatures ahead of curve, so we'll see if they have like an Ancient Tomb or a Chrome Mox or something next turn to get the pressure on. Jordan Ponder shuffled and drew Atraxa, which is the opposite of what you want to do.
Yeah. It's an interesting start. I mean, as you mentioned, is like you really kind of want that 3-drop early in the game, Thalia for the play here. You really want that 3-drop early in the game, but sometimes just like turn 1 tap land, turn 2 Thalia, it could be enough, you know, that's a good hand in most instances.
We have like Ancient Tomb to follow it up with, that's really good. We do not. But we have Luminarch Aspirant.
We have seen we saw some aficionados will know the sort of formal wear. Say again?
Chicken burger, or do you want?
Vegetarian. Still. Actually, you know what? I don't need lunch because I brought lunch. I'm too good. No, not at all. So, that's too nice to me.
Aspirant has targeted Thalia, and in response, Jordan is casting some kind of removal spell on it.
Yeah, thank you for keeping us in check here.
Used Lightning Bolt.
Very nice. Yeah. That'll do it. 2-mana Lightning Bolt still good in these Thalia times, but Thalia's no more. Is this Natural Order already? Are we getting that?
No, it's an Omnath.
Just an Omnath.
That one's still really good.
Yeah, for people who were here in the pre-game show, we're just walking around interviewing people, and that's not an actual land drop, is it? No, it's not. Okay.
No. But it's luckily not a fetch land, so 4 mana is not produced this turn. But 4 life is still a lot to deal with if it doesn't get removed immediately. Soken's
well pointed out by Dennis as well in the chat, saying you can cast Atraxa if you get a fetch land next turn. So that's a really nice interaction between Omnath and the gang. You know, you can actually just like ramp for 4 if you play a fetch land.
Omnath has been get losted, getting some maps.
It seems to be pretty well played. The get lost lately.
It's been quite good for me. Like the 2 maps is like a much lower downside than the clue is for Fateful Absence. And it kills enchantments as well as planeswalkers and creatures. It's like pretty versatile.
Yeah, absolutely.
MT post combat for Alan. I'm being very impressed by this one.
Yeah, it's been huge. It's so funny because it was like these random cards just like pop up and then they're suddenly like incredible, and you start to see them everywhere. And NT's no exception. Quite the card.
You've used that map on our Noble Hierarch. It got 1 counter here, and they've been the Fable of the Mirror Breaker.
Yeah, still getting benefit off the map, of course. It's not nothing, you know. You do get those explorers in your back pocket, but so many decks don't care, you know, don't want maps. They don't care about exploring. So it's like,
like the +1/+1 counter on this noble hierarchy is fairly minor and doesn't really do much. And so it was essentially Surveil 1.
yeah. Hey, it still works, you know. All right, so we're doing some Inti interactions here.
We're doing Luminarch
Jordan-
Aspirant first, and now Alan has been Get Losted.
Right. So I think Jordan get lost from both sides. Inti's we're playing standard here, folks. Here's a Luminarch Aspirant, also huge in its sort of standard days as well. So it's nice to see these sort of new cards. I mean, people talk about Eternal and the rotating nature of new cards, but I don't know. Like, as long as they're not super expensive, it's keeps it fresh. You know, like what's better than putting a Jit on top of a Luminarch Aspirant? You know, like we don't get to do that anywhere else.
Yeah, well, that one's pretty good. That one gets to kill the Noble Hierarchy here.
Yeah, very nice.
And now the map doesn't have a target as well.
Yeah, and no surprise natural orders as well. I think that Alan would be pretty happy with that.
Yeah.
Stop any sort of shenanigans happening at that 5 mana point.
Use the map on the Luminarch Aspirant and Druidine Ganjo. That's always a pretty nice one to have.
Oh yeah. We'll see. We can see an Atraxa. I think a Clothis as well is what's coming down. Maybe
this is a Dominaria United card, or is this Squee and Slimefoot?
Squee. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good one. Slimefoot and Squee. When ETBs and when it attacks, you make a sapling and you can sacrifice a sapling and pay some mana to reanimate Squee and something else, which is pretty devastating, you know? Can be.
Kaya's Guile revealed and left on top from the map. We've got some a lot more black cards in this Atraxa Walkslet deck.
Yeah, I think the emphasis is not on the Omnath anymore. You know, Omnath mid-range is both an archetype and obviously a creature, but it like sort of sets the stage for what type of Magic you want to play. Omnath is very value-centric. It's very like powerful in a vacuum, you know, so it kind of lends it to that sort of strategy. But if you're saying your deck is not an Omnath deck, it's an Atraxa deck, then, you know, you're sort of changing the way that the deck looks and functions.
Oh, and a White Plume? That's, yeah, okay.
Really nice. Really nice.
I think we Flicker Wisped out Slimefoot and Squee.
It's kind of interesting. Are we good with that? I mean, we have 3 blockers. Oh, we still have the. This might be Jit's game actually, because Jit can really clean up those saplings pretty easily, and this Aspirant's quite the force. The nice thing that we don't see very often, because Jit's seen way less play than it used to, is that like you can attack with the Jit, you can attack with the creature, and you're always threatening that +2/+2 or +4/+4, you know? So it's like, people don't want to block, but then if you don't block, Jit gets more counters, you know? So it's really nice tension that we haven't seen in a little while.
We have White Plume untapping a creature in the upkeep, but looks like we missed it. I don't think it'll matter much because we have the G-Day count to kill the 2 sapling tokens.
Yeah, we are playing a competitive rules enforcement level. I think the question of whether or not I can do this was put on the stack, and Jordan said, "Nah, I don't think so," which is probably fine. I mean, you did draw the card, so we have moved past that phase. And obviously, if a judge had to come over and deliberate, that would be the answer as well. But yeah, I mean, it's tough to decide when am I going to let this thing slide, or when am I going to call a judge? But obviously, it's like they say it at the start of every tournament: don't fix your own mistakes, you know. And I've been dinked by that before, and people have been dinked by that in the past, you know. Like, it's just like an opportunity to play, like, not, you know, play more explosive gaming, play more competitively, and this is the opportunity. So that's the downside, I suppose.
How big is Slimefoot and Squee?
I thought it was a 3/3, but
yeah, so yeah, it just trades, yeah.
Fair enough. I think trying to keep the board clear is definitely Alan's prerogative, but that Slimefoot doesn't stay gone for long. I guess we'll check the
Yeah, this
exactly on
sapling probably should have been killed before killing the thing.
Yeah, you had to be really. I was going to say we might have to be kind of tricky with our timings, but yeah, it doesn't really work if you put it on the battlefield and then pass or whatever. So unfortunately, it's Slimefoot and Squee back and ready for action.
Liquorless up to 6 counters, threatening a lot of damage.
Does represent quite a lot, huh? Especially, this is really bad. So we're getting our counter from Lumina.
7.
And if I'm not mistaken, if my maths are correct, you're right, 7.
Are we +2/+2ing as well? Oh, we are.
All the way. All the way. All the way.
Oh, no, we didn't. We did not +2/+2. I was wondering if we're going to +2/+2 to put them to 5,
right?
and then another initiative trigger puts them down, is Trap, which puts them to 5.
Yeah, right. Interesting. I wonder what he's preparing himself for. Maybe like 3 is kind of an awkward number. Maybe he does want the trap to go off so he can block and kill one thing, but we can't do it all.
We have the Iganjo, so you can -1/-1 the sapling.
Oh, right, you are. Okay, so it's just playing a little bit more conservatively. Maybe it's just, the rule is as we always say, like if you're ahead, you should take less risks, and if you're behind, you should take
That's
more.
a time walk.
Oh my goodness. Usually those turn 3 counters off you. Can't hold initiative this turn. 3 counters lets you kill Omnath and Sapling if he swings.
True.
Yes, so +2/+2 3 times would put Jordan to 1. And yeah, absolutely. So your 2 turns regardless, but God, this is pretty busted. We're about to see why Spellseeker got that point on the Omnath Walk stacks was just so busted. I mean, if you're always gonna, almost always, sometimes you get Time Walk, but almost always getting that Ephemerate, flicker the Spellseeker, flicker it again, suddenly it's like draw 3,
I think if we have a fetch, this might be locked up, but if not, then it might have to not have time to not just die.
So we do have this Time Walk doing its thing right now. We have an extra walk in the back pocket. Extra turn left in the back pocket, and we're going to do this big attack here. So Slimefoot 3/3 and Sapling 1/1. So we can kill it, yeah.
And then we can Iganjo the 3/3. Oh, we're killing the sapling as well. We learned.
Ooh, very nice.
Oh, we traded. We just traded. I don't love the trade when we know about the Kai's Guile in hand, because now Kai's Guile can kill your.
Oh yeah, you're right. Maybe keeping the Aganjo was probably the better option.
But if we have a flash creature, that can blow it out.
Yeah, interesting timing as well. I guess Alan wanted to know how the attack would look before using the Jit, but obviously Slimefoot. Because we're blocking as well, I see. So you did have to let the Slimefoot go unless you were going to do the Aganjo stuff, but you did kind of waste a Jit counter because the attack trigger let Jordan get another sapling, but...
I think there was a way to avoid that.
Okay.
Because the Aganjo needs it to be attacking, blocking it needs to be attacking.
Oh, right, you are, yeah. So, kind of nice. The Slimefoot and Squee, good card. Good card.
I think that's the first time I've ever actually seen it reanimate a thing.
Can you judge?
I think Preordain looked at I think Preordain saw an extra card, is what happened.
That's against the rules. Preordain, for anyone who doesn't know, 1 mana sorcery. Don't look at 3 cards, only look at 2. And then you can scry them how you wish. So I think we're just going to resolve this judge call. Could be a just a GRV, games rules violation. But it's so easy for these things to happen, especially when you're playing like Ponder, Preordain, Brainstorm. Like it's just, you know, you mistake a 3 for a 2. Like that's pretty normal, you know. Could happen to anyone.
Yeah, I've seen enough like people mixing up cantrips. It happens sometimes. It will get fixed pretty easily. It will just be looking at extra cards. The top 2 stay the same. Shuffle the library. But
yeah, it's nice when the fix is like pretty straightforward at the very least, and like it gets really awkward if the card goes into your hand. Like at the very least, you're like, we all agree, like these are the cards that we're seeing with the Ponder or the Preordain, but it feels like Brainstorm, draw 4. Once it enters your hand, it's gone, you know?
Okay, that's really interesting. Alan has Touch of the Spirit Realm as his last card, and with Iganjo, and so if Jordan casts the
Kaya's Gale
to kill it, you can blink your Flicker Wisp, and then it doesn't come back until end of turn.
Oh, that's really nice.
And then there's still enough mana to cast the Iganjo. Oh, we have a fetch land.
You absolutely would not play around that either. So Jordan obviously could try and be a little bit tricky with it, because Kaya's Gale, of course, also instant speed. Actually, you know what? I'm sure that Jordan wouldn't punch this off in his main phase, because you probably want to wait till attacks, or if your opponent goes to put another creature on the battlefield. But
yeah, okay. And so fetch on the stack to prevent the extra 4 mana. We're going to channel Touch of the Spirit Realm to blink out the
That's huge.
Yeah.
And we do get that card draw at the end of turn, but I don't think it's going to matter. I think that stopping the Atraxa from entering the battlefield is probably the most important thing here.
Yeah, but now, unfortunately, the Kaya's Gale can work.
Yes.
And
that's right.
then Alan won't have any creatures in play.
Yeah, I wonder. I guess you're just locked into that happening then, and like, man, who's playing around Kaya's Gale? I think like actually we have seen a couple of.
It was revealed to the map token earlier in the game.
Oh, righteous. Okay, interesting. So maybe you just like can't, like you can't just have this not happen. I mean, trap is just around the corner. We do have 5 damage from the initiative in the back pocket for Alan. But yeah, this Kaya's Gale, we all know about it. I guess we're just casting it now, yeah. We make a sapling, maybe. I make a spirit, maybe.
I think we're probably making a spirit.
Yeah. I mean, the graveyard's not very important either, and then the 4 life, probably not very important.
Yeah. Sacrifice
nice,
this. Yep, this dies. If there's any haste creatures in Jordan's deck, then something like broadside bombardiers could be quite good here. Like put them to 5 bombardiers, hits them for 2, throw the GT at them after you kill the spirit token with the GT.
Oh yeah, that's huge. Yeah, broadside also a new card that kind of sees a lot of play now in these red-white decks or red-black decks. I think it's 4 mana to cast, if I'm not mistaken.
3 mana.
3 mana, so even better, yeah.
3 mana, 2/2 haste with boast, or sacrifice another. Oh, this works.
Creature or artifact, I think.
It's just a non-land permanent you have, and then it does the damage equal to its mana value plus 2. That's not a bombardier.
Skyclave. Huh.
This is good, but it's not. I think bombardiers use your GT to kill the 1/1. If we have bombardiers, but this taking Omnath away is also still pretty good.
Yeah. It's like it's gonna just keep being a problem. It's nice to have that like just easy answer. Again, probably thinks he's pretty okay to just continue on. The spirit will threaten the initiative being taken back, but again, this Jet's just been good lately. We've seen a lot of Jet activations. Dukes on Twitch, on our Twitch in the chat. Welcome, Dukes.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
A couple couple of nice judge calls.
Alan gets is in traps. So next turn we'll draw a card off the initiative before getting the Throne of the Dead King or Dead 3, which is the one that like puts a creature in play with 3 counters and hexproof.
10 cards.
10 cards.
Yeah, something busted. Yeah, you don't often have that happen and then win the game after that. If your opponent's doing it, it's like. My opponent gets to the end of the thing, because the funny thing is you just go back in. You just like take a little break from the dungeon and then head straight back in there for another go. And yeah, the party doesn't stop, not unlike this Spellseeker coming down.
Spellseeker is pretty good here. Not entirely sure. I think we can get Ephemerate into Regrowth, and then you Ephemerate it again to find a way to find Regrowth doesn't work because you don't have enough mana to play for the walk. Not sure. So this is Ephemerate.
You do need something. Maybe yeah. Ephemerate Regrowth does work eventually, but yeah, as you said, you won't be able to do it straight away.
We're just getting Swords to Plowshares.
Yeah.
So we can probably Swords whatever the GT gets put on, and then they also get a 4/4 from the Skyclave Apparition.
Yeah, yeah. And that 4/4 is going to be big. I mean,
yeah.
Yeah, we'll see it. 4/4 is not nothing.
Helps threaten the initiative.
Yeah, oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Jordan needs all the help he can get with that initiative, because it is going to go to its second last room now. Just draw a card.
Which is draw a card, yeah. So is your Arid Mesa and...
Ooh.
There's the Arid Mesa.
Something. Yes, Dukes, you will see me at Mana Clash. Kate, will you be making the cross-country trip to Mana Clash as well?
I am planning to.
Oh, wow. Nice one.
Yeah, so likely to see me there as well. We have Stoneforge Mystic. Okay.
SFM.
Are we what form are we wearing? No, we're getting Shadow Spear.
Ooh.
Don't think Shadow Spear does a ton here into the Swords to Plowshares that's face up.
Yes. Well, I mean, I guess it forces your hand, but the Jit also kind of forces the hand.
Yeah.
So, it's a step anyway, not that it matters. Yeah, you can also see the tension of like whether or not you would Stoneforge and then just wait to flash it in. You're probably presuming that Jordan can't be casting that many counter spells. I think just because of the nature of the deck, but play a couple.
You need to do something to like win the game here. Otherwise, Ephemerate on Spellseeker should presumably win the game.
You would imagine so, yeah. Ephemerate gets Regrowth, and then now we've got the loop established. Regrowth gets the...
Yeah, finds a way to find an Eternal Witness or Timeless Witness, and then Witness picks up Ephemerate, pick up Time Walk, then Ephemerate again, pick up Ephemerate, and that's the infinite tense.
Yeah, so it's nice to have that back pocket sort of win con in there as well.
Yeah, so Ephemerate my Spellseeker. The normal card here is Neoform, because you can Neoform the Spellseeker into Timeless Witness.
Oh, very nice.
And that's the cheapest way to do it.
Yeah. Super relevant having Timeless Witness, the new Eternal Witness, but what separates it in a really significant way, especially right now, is that it's 4 mana. So, and it has Eternalize, which is really nice, but yeah, that Neoform's gonna get some value for sure.
So I think this game should be locked up.
Oh, such a shame as well, because I think it felt like the decision point of like blocking with the Luminarch Aspirant really early in the game. I think that shifted the maths pretty significantly, because that Kaya's Guile was the only thing that was stopping that Flicker Wisp from getting him for lethal. And unfortunately, Alan had to make an earlier decision a long time ago, you know. So it's like kind of like how Eternal goes sometimes. There's like a couple of decision points that actually just make the game long before the game ends, you know. And this feels like it could be one of them.
We are explaining the loop that we have infinite turns.
And reanimate and Atraxa, just, you know, something to put in your back pocket.
Eventually, I will cast this Atraxa, and this Atraxa will attack you for 7, and I will win the game.
You really need a win con as well, you know. Infinite turns, you know, that's not guaranteed. More or less is, of course.
Enough people have died in Vintage to their own time vault because of Mana Crypt.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's funny as well, yeah. We're seeing a couple of easy ones. We see Rest in Peace, a couple of blasts. Jordan's thinking about this Force of Negation, not energy.
Oh, Agatha's Soul Cauldron.
Yeah, it's a real spicy one. I've seen that a couple of times as well.
Oh, is this 8-point red white?
It could be. We did.
This looks very much like Violet's list from CanCon. Not CanCon. The RC a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, unfortunately, we don't have Violet here in the room with us. She's in spirit. She's here in spirit, but she has made this huge splash in the community because there was an argument about 8-point lists that I was like pretty vocal on because I think the where that ended the discussion was I don't mind that we're not going to 9 points. I just want it to be an option, you know. But I think a lot of the conversation stemmed around like we haven't seen a dedicated spike group try to break 8 points, and I think Violet heard that argument and went, you know what, I'm a spiky player. Let's give it a go. And I hope that's just mind me referring to her in that way. But yeah, she's we saw a deck tech from her last CanBrawl, and she was talking about like how can we break the points list, and I think she was giving that a go in an 8-point style. And I've heard a lot of people talking about pre-formal wear since then.
Seeing the Alan flick through the deck for Cyberning, I do believe this is Violet's list from the RC, so which is 8 points. You have Stoneforge for formal wear. So there is the Broadside Bombardiers in that deck.
Oh, so you would have had that kill as well.
Yeah. Actually, I'm not. It might be a few cards different. I'm not 100% sure whether Violet had Recruit of the Guard in the deck or not, but it is close end. Stuff like Battlefield Forge, the double channel lands. Yeah.
Yeah.
Red white.
I mean,
yeah.
not very many basics out of that deck, which is kind of funny. I guess maybe we saw like 3 or 4 planes, and that's probably enough.
The deck had like 6 planes and a mountain, I think. They were all snow covered, and I'm not sure what lands we saw before.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not sure. See Moloch, Prismatic Ending, Get Lost. Not enough, Jordan says. Alexa, Miles at Death, calling out to Kate, saying, "Hey, Kate, we've got fans all over the multiverse, it seems."
Yes. Alicia is my fiance.
Oh, lovely. A very important listener in the chat right now.
Yeah, the Bomac.
That out.
Yeah, the Bomac Courier in Alan's hand, in this opening hand, does make me think that is likely to be at least very, very similar to Violet's list, because
Violet's list, yeah.
not many people playing this Bomac Courier, especially in like red-white initiative kind of stuff.
Totally. I think that pre-formal wear definitely changes the mass a little bit for you.
There's a Saga in the deck. Also,
hell yeah.
We are dashing our Ragavan here, looks like.
Yep, very nice. Bomat. The best part about Bomat is every time you attack with it, you can say, oh, beep beep, I have a parcel for you, and then you exile top card of your library and say, oh, sorry, you weren't at your address, so we've left it at the door, and it's a little bit of fun for all players involved, you know.
Ragavan not really hitting anything, but using the treasure to cast Esper Sentinel, which might impact Jordan's development here. That's a Slimefoot and Squee, which is getting solituded, but the token still is made.
Yeah, the earliest opportunity, and you know, the exile part, definitely part of the most important part, of course, because that Slimefoot was quite an annoyance game one.
Solitude exiling it helps a lot, but this Slimefoot does need to get exiled. Oh, well, now everything's exiled onto this rest in peace.
Yeah. Well, yeah, we're gonna mention, you know, separate your graveyard from your exile pile, Jordan. But no, Jordan doesn't need a reminder. The rest in peace is gonna do that for him.
So Alan used all of his cards to pitch cast both of the Solitude and Fury, but hopefully this Bomat Courier can help recoup all the cards.
Yeah, absolutely. Really nice card, Bomat Courier. Play it whenever I'm playing Affinity. It's one of my faves because, yes, you can buy it back from the graveyard maybe. And it's just a really nice card advantage engine.
Yep. Territorial Kavu, quite large and pretty good. But, to attack, get my card. Presumably it's going to be block, sack the Bomat, get my 4 cards, I think.
It leaves himself open to a Flame Slash, you never know. That's a lot of cards, though.
Discards Inti.
Yep.
Play Urza Saga. Oh, this is pretty good. Stoneforge Mystic.
Oh, that was a nice 4. Some 4s are really bad. This one was not one of them. Stoneforge Mystic gonna search out something, maybe even the... I guess we can't get the pre-formalware anymore. Hopefully Alan had the foresight to side it out.
Getting Shadow Spear. Yeah. I think you leave Shadow Spear in... Yeah, you get Jutei. You get least Shadow Spear to get with the Saga, because the deck only had Bomat Courier and Spear in the main deck as Saga targets.
Yeah, right. A little bit obscured by the glare, but we know what's going on.
Jordan has an Eternal Witness and a Blue Blast in hand, which are both looking quite... not the best they have been.
Yeah.
Against a bunch of white cards.
Blue Blast would have been nice to have it for the Fury, but yeah, a little too late, I think.
Eternal Witness is a 2/1.
love my 3-mana 2/1 do nothing. Kind of tempting to attack with the Kavu, like even for the draw discard, but just deciding to stand blocks.
Yeah. Instead of making a Saga token, Alan has decided to play Luminarch Aspirant to grow Esper Sentinel, and you can use you can use the Stoneforge Mystic to put the G chain to play end of turn if there's an untapped white source.
Yeah, presumably we have one more left. I mean, obviously we were mentioning before that
if it's 8 point, I'm not sure there is one, and we maybe should have fetched beforehand.
Ooh, that's kind of funny. Hopefully Alan's not. Hopefully Alan's not thinking that right now.
It's updated. Oh, yep. That's an elegant parlor that comes into play tapped.
Yes, unfortunately. Yeah, kind of awkward with the fetches. I played red green a little while ago. I was trying to play 8 points, but like once you because you can get Cinderglade and you can get Sheltered Thicket. Like there's tapped lands or not tapped lands, but like the awkward thing with Cinderglade is that you don't want it to be the card that you fetch out because you're very unlikely have those 2 extra basics to facilitate it. But
interesting.
I think Alan doesn't mind too much.
We have decided. Alan decided to just float colors with the Urza Saga, get Spear.
Yeah, interesting. Just equipping.
Now,
okay, sure.
And Alan had a Fable and Mirror Breaker. Yeah, this is now 4/4 Lifelink Trample. And if you cast a spell, Alan gets to draw a card unless you pay 4. That's a lot.
Yeah, that is a lot. we've seen Esper Sentinel a lot in the past, even without that additional benefit. Like obviously the benefit is there of Thalia taxing a little bit, but very rarely do you actually see it.
Oh.
You cast anything, I draw a card.
Oh.
Yeah, we just saw that there. Do you want to pay 4? Jordan says
No. Alright, and then we have a GTA in play as well. There's a Caracas. It can stop like something like Natural Order into Atraxa doing very much.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. There is a benefit of playing out that Eternal Witness in case you do draw the Natural Order. But it's going to be soon, my friends. It's going to be soon. Otherwise, it could be lights out.
Oh, this is a 5/5 Esper Sentinel with the GTA on it, which gets to kill the 2/1.
Ugh, unreal. Truly unreal. Yeah, that tension again with like, do I block with the Eternal Witness, or do I take it and let the Jide counters come on? Like, yeah.
You get the Jide counters regardless.
Oh, right. Combat damage. Combat damage? You telling me there's more text on this card? Unreal. I feel like I'm reading a 2024 card where millions of line of text and then there's more at the end. And you're like, wait a minute, there's more text on this card.
Yeah, GTA, not the worst card that has ever been printed.
Absolutely. I think, what's your thought process on GTA to 0? Because I have seen that opinion being spouted a couple of times.
I could see it definitely going to 0. Like, when I was watching, I on the Sunday of the RC, I played the little Highlander thing. I just stole Violet's deck because she was playing the modern 5K, and like you would stone forward for formal wear way more than you would ever stone forward for GTA, and so like if this card at 0 points is like probably better in like most spots, then why is why is GTA at 1?
2-1.
Yeah.
That's an interesting concept. I think that like it might show how Magic has changed a little bit. Like the like snowbally cards, they also usually have immediate benefit. Like you think about Ragavan as like a snowbally card, but it also has dash, so it comes in really quickly. But like pre-formal where enters the battlefield, you can reanimate a 3-drop. 3-drop creature and attach it to it, as we see in the chat. But that immediate value, I can imagine it being tutored out a lot more than that, essentially like a 4-mana sorcery that does blow up the game, but you can't leave it on the battlefield. You can't just rip it turn 2 and hope for the best,
Yeah, the biggest problem with GTA is like you pay 2 to equip it, and then they spend like a Fatal Push or a Souls to Plowshares or a Lightning Bolt, and then that's your whole turn, and then you have to try again next turn. And you just get like buried in like tempo,
which is so funny because if it did get even one hit of Jite, depends on what. I guess it's just contextual. Like maybe Jit's like a really good sideboard card. Like maybe that's the answer. And probably no really good sideboard cards should be in 1 point, but because you just don't. It's good when your opponent has 0 creatures, and it's good when your opponent has a lot of creatures. But if your opponent's playing like 1 or 2 giant ones, Jite is like not exciting at all. Beep beep! I have the parcel for you. Oh, I'll leave it at the station. Burmac Courier again coming in for game 3.
It's just really good. Like you just want to trade. This deck just wants to trade resources a lot, and then this is a way to like after you trade all your cards, you just. I have +5 cards sometimes.
Yeah.
We have an NT post combat.
Also, just like 1/1 haste is like gets under everything. It's just like beep beep, here I come.
Speaking of getting under things, there's a Samwise in that deck, and sometimes you get to Samwise your and make your Boma Courier the Ring Bearer.
That's really nice.
And then it has Skulk, and you can attack past everything. But I appear to have lost video.
Yes, as have I, and that's okay. We're going to check exactly what the problem is. Hey, everyone, doing great. I think it's going to be an easy one. Aha, it is an easy one. All right. Technical issues, a normal thing, except if you're me.
Bolted.
2 seconds. All right, so Inti's getting bolted. Give me 2 seconds. I'm just going to fix the camera.
Inti getting bolted makes sense. That card's quite good and should be removed.
Bolt. This.
Looks like Jordan has Territorial Carville again.
Oh, my monitor's so bad.
That's the rough thing when it's like one-off duels. You're like, oh crap.
And I'm just like drawing the wrong fetches.
Yeah, it does feel pretty bad.
I'm gonna cast this one with this one.
Slimefoot and Squee. Okay, that's not actually that good into onboard Caracas, but we have lost video again.
It's okay. So, yeah, Caracas really quite nice.
Okay, yeah, so Alan is not playing the snow-covered basics and is therefore probably not playing on Thin Ice. But this might be getting a Solitude.
Let me check for you.
I don't know.
To deal with this Slimefoot and Squee. Oh, we got Palace Jailer. Interesting.
I'm gonna take 3 and give something.
Palace Jailer plus Restoration Angel is a powerful engine.
Grab it on the plate.
Yep.
It does feel so.
On the
What are we
snap.
doing here? Wrong battery.
So you have stress.
Dress Down in the Walks deck is interesting. It turns up a lot of their creatures as well as the opponents, but just counter target. ETB, draw a card is not terrible. Kill Saga tokens,
Yeah. I see.
but yeah.
I didn't see Saga in one, so I didn't bring it in, but I brought it in for this one.
Next turn, likely to be able to Restoration Angel this Palace Jailer, which is also going to be very good. Even if the first trigger didn't work.
Perfect. Ugh, lovely.
There's so many ways to flicker that thing though, I can't just kind of let it
Footage is so easy. We obviously have the
magic touch.
the magic touch, exactly. Okay, we're good. Okay, I'm gonna get out of here and let the players do their thing. Alright, what are we saying here? Yeah.
Slimefoot and Squee, maybe taking over the game, but Palace Jailer might also be getting Restoration Angels next turn, which is really good.
Yeah, the dress down's super interesting.
Yeah.
Snapping around while it's happening, but I like it. I actually saw it in other formats for Reanimator as well, as like turn off your Containment Priest. Like, yeah, I'm not going to get my Atraxa draw, but, 7/7 flying Vigilance Lifelink is still pretty good, Flying First Strike?
Yeah.
Lifelink? Anyway, Death Touch. There's something there.
We are Prismatic ending the Bomat Courier, but
Which is annoying. You never get to see those face down cards ever again, even if you wanted to. This is super nice. Yeah, get back to Monarch. Flicker, hello, I'm back. sent
So-
to jail. So we've got
The problem with this is that Jordan has 4 attackers, and so can get the Monarch back next turn.
and then the and then the Kavu comes back. Yeah, that is a little bit awkward. We can check in, not phone, if any of the Geelong crew are here. But I'll just yell out Geelong, and then who knows? Let me check what time we have on the. How much time? A minute left. Yeah. So the players will get an extra couple of minutes because it takes a little bit to set up, and that's very kind. But yeah, as you mentioned, here comes the 3 blockers here. We do get to eat 1, trade 1,
And then kill the slime foot.
and then kill the
There's
slime
no
foot.
other
Yeah, with the 3 saplings.
Yeah. There's no other creature in the graveyard for Slimefoot to reanimate it right now, which is nice at least.
Yeah.
So you're not
Nice
like
additional benefit. You can just get the slime foot, but you can also get another thing.
yeah, but there not being another thing at least helps. The Restoration
Very
Angel
much helps.
good at fighting over this initiative. A Monarch.
Lovely.
We're seeking the beast. So we get
One of the
this
another new
turned.
card.
Okay, that's hitting Souls to Flashes here is quite good.
Yeah, quite. What cards did we see? We saw
Expressive Iteration and Swords. Since we had already played a land, it was either cost 1 or the other one, and the Souls to
Yeah.
Flashes seemed much better.
I can see it. Here's
We have a White Plume Adventure.
again. This is kind of dangerous. I mean,
We get a basic, so we get to
the game.
yeah. So I think we have another 2-drop creature. I think we have Thalia in our hand, so we at least will have 3 creatures into 3 attackers.
Okay.
Um,
Okay. And no attack. What's that? Just Palace Jar. I was thinking like maybe you can also attack and do that exciting thing where you one tap it in your opponent's. They get an extra 2 minutes.
Yeah, the copy was untapped, so attacking it to the 5/5 didn't make much sense for Alan.
Yeah.
Oh, we did not play a 2-drop creature there, so presumably we have some kind of spell.
Yeah. Let's see if we can. Hopefully we can get a peek. Hand cams. Tough when you have players who are all just a little bit different setting their hand cams. So I see the knight. Ignoble goes in the bin for a new card.
Something like a Get Lost. Oh, interesting.
Samwise flash in. It could be nice if you get the Palace Jailer to die somehow. Probably this
Yeah.
way. Yeah, that'll do it.
Yeah, we're just trading with the Kavu.
That's kind of nice.
Oh, this is actually quite nice because the Sam will get Skulk and we'll be able to attack underneath the Omnath presumably. But getting this land means the Omnath can trigger for mana as well because it's an uncracked fetch. So we'll see what else Jordan has to play.
Oh yeah. Okay. He's got to be careful with this. At what point are we flashing in that Samwise? Because we might have to do it soon unless you want this Omnath to trigger.
The Omnath is gonna trigger regardless. The Sam returns it to hand. So
Oh, of course. Okay, so the Palace Jailer is not coming back this turn.
no.
Okay. Alright, well, we do have a bunch of mana here. Here's the Eternal Witness. We still have that Morlock. Morlock sitting in the back pocket of Jordan's hands. Going to be pretty nice if he does want to take this game away.
This Eternal Witness is not great for Alan because he has to pick up Swords to Plowshares, yeah.
He gets to cast it. Here comes Sam, gets back to Palace Jailer. It's kind of nice. Don't mind it at all. Let's go and tell the players that it's time in the round. And we'll see. It doesn't look like any player is particularly close to winning, which hopefully doesn't result in a draw, but it's...
I think Jordan is quite ahead currently, having both Monarch and Initiative. It might lose Monarch this turn.
Yeah, sure. With 5 turns, if you can't finagle something out from there, what is your deck really doing?
So here's a Palace Jailer.
Monarch back to me. Thank you very much. I'm the ring. I'm the ring bearer. I have the monarchy. Soon I might have the initiative, and before now it will have brought in so many external game pieces. You won't even your head will start spinning.
This is probably a formal wear. Nope, it's a spear.
I wonder. We might have to check in with Alan. I wonder if he got that formal wear. It's because you're a little bit stuffed with the card availability. Obviously, you can buy the a little bit of connection problems. That's okay.
The precon.
You can buy yourself the precon, but other than that, it might be a bit hard to get a hold of one.
Yeah, that's true.
Either way, you can get back the recruiter of the guard, do something else. Like, it's probably fine, but yeah, this doesn't look very good.
End of turn Source Parches, Morlock. Yeah, this doesn't look great.
It's looking pretty bad. We can profitably trade one sapling, but there's
And then
still one left.
the Monarch gets taken, the Omnath comes back, and he gets to draw a card.
Ouch. We see this, we don't see this too often, but obviously there is a downside to Palace Jailer, in that the effect is still around for long after the Palace Jailer is gone, which is kind of usually a good thing. Because, if it was a Skyclave, you'd get the value immediately after the Skyclave dies, but as long as you can hold on to that monarchy, you do get the O-ring effect for long after the guy is gone.
Returning Slimefoot and Squee and a Kavu. Yeah.
You can see why we're missing that Rest in Peace. Rest in Peace was that turned into Alan's game because Jordan couldn't play any funny business like this, and both games that presumably Jordan might win this one. It's turn
one
now. That's very nice. The judge is in there making the rules, so we'll let the judge do the judge thing. But and turn one, it's not impossible. Each player gets 2 turns each, and then there's one left over. Not impossible to see a win from Alan's side, but it's going to be hard.
I think it's going to be very hard, yeah. Because Jordan gets turns 2 and 4, and gets to trap next turn as well. Yeah, trap puts Alan down to 1, and there's 2 blockers. So, looking quite bad for Alan. Yeah, okay, yeah.
Bad enough to elicit the handshake.
Yep.
Okay, so Jordan takes it out. Jordan, no stranger to winning. The Agatha Soul Cauldron and the Rest in Peace under the Bomac Courier.
That's a...
I suppose, but,
yeah.
Would have been nice.